What's going on, everybody? It's Cody. Welcome back to the channel for the 3-game Wnba slate on Wednesday night. 10K to first again. You absolutely love to see it. Really just want to take a quick second here to say thank you to everybody that's been showing support on the channel. Loving all the comments that I've been getting about people. Really happy someone's covering the WNBA and happy to be playing. If you don't mind leaving a like, I really appreciate it. I would love to get to 200 subscribers before the end of this month. I don't know if we can do it, but it would be awesome to do it. But let's look at my lineup for tonight. It's not going my way. I mentioned how high I was on Lexi Brown playing the point. She has only attempted one shot attempt and actually got hurt, missed the last few minutes of the second quarter. Come back to start the third, only played 3 minutes and went out again. Only attempted one shot, made it. Just not it tonight. Just a bad read on my part. Cameron Brink, I was high on her. She's not been in foul trouble, but she's just busting, which is another thing that's annoying, but it is what it is. I kept hearing rumblings that Wnba was going to be just chalk, and I did not think that was wise. She ended up being 20% in the big contest. That's just astronomical. I cannot believe she's that high owned. She's had one good game this entire season. I don't know, whatever. If she gets there, congratulations. Only way I was ever playing her is if I played a bunch of lineups and I played for the Cameron Brink foul trouble. I did play Liz Dixon. She's been not too great. Cloud has been fine. They're getting hammered, so it is what it is. They're on a back-to-back, so their starters are going to get pulled pretty early, I would imagine. Hamby's been great. I expect nothing less from her. I did call the Caitlin Clark nuke in the Discord. I mentioned to everybody that I felt like this was going to be the game for her. I mean, she's at 37 and still has the whole fourth and should play the entire fourth, assuming it doesn't just turn into a massive blowout. But let's look at the odds for the games tomorrow, and then we'll break down those 3 games. Mercury at Liberty, 13.5 point spread. That's a big spread. It is a back-to-back, which is always concerning. But Phoenix is a good team. I don't think they lose much with Rebecca Allen out. That seems a bit wide to me. Over-under 168.5. Dream at Mystics, 5.5 point spread. Over-under 163.5. Aces and Lynx, this should be a fun game. 6 point spread. Aces 6-point favorites on the road. That's something. Over-under 172.5. All right, let's start with this Phoenix-New York game. On the Phoenix side, Clea Copper, 10-1, busting hard. She's not very popular tonight, but she is busting pretty bad. 10-1, she's a fine tournament play. If this game stays competitive, she's going to have a good game. Natasha Cloud, always a good tournament play. She's always lower owned. With Cloud out, with Rebecca Allen out, if Sutton misses again, she got ruled out later. I never expected her to play. I don't really expect her to play. DT's going to have to play on the back-to-back. I don't see how she could sit. If she was to randomly sit, they would 3, 4, 5. They would only have 7. So they would have to bring in an emergency player. That's why I think she'll play. If for some reason she does not start, she will not play at all. And on a back-to-back, there's always a chance. I mean, she's a 20-year vet. So keep that in mind. If she does play, she's always a good tournament play. She's pretty scoring dependent anymore. She's going to have these random games where she grabs some boards, but for the most part, she is scoring dependent. And tonight, she is not shooting the ball well, so she is having a bad game. Natasha Mack, drop off for her. She is back to the Natasha Mack that I know. Absolutely zero interest at 7,900. Sophie is playing really well, inserted into the starting lineup tonight. Really like her at 7,500. Dixon's really only splitting time with Mac, so I would prefer Herbert Harrigan or Birch because they're getting more of the minutes that actually matter. But neither are great point per minute plays. They're just plays, filler plays to help you get the studs you want. On the New York side, Stewie is only 11-1. She's a walk-in 40 bomb, and she has this upside 61. She's my flag plant for tomorrow. I mean, she is $1,100 cheaper than Asia. I understand what Asia is, and we'll talk about what she's done to start the season here in a bit. But she's $500 cheaper than Fee. What Stewie brings to the floor, if this game is to stay competitive, she's going to play 35 minutes. If she plays 35 minutes, this price tag is just way too cheap. I mean, she truly has 60-point upside. Who the hell is going to guard her? They're going to put Kalia Copper or Sophie on her. She's going to murder them. Like, Copper's a great defender. She brings intensity. She brings everything. But she can't guard Stewie. That's the biggest mismatch on the slate. I love Stewie. John Quell, another one, should absolutely dominate Natasha Mack. She'll get some blocks, but she's not a good defender. John Quell, fresh off of really 3 bad games. I mean, who would have thought 29.5 was bad? But 2 really, really poor games after she started the season with a 40, 39, and 40. I love the price on her. Love her for tournaments. Sabrina, always a good tournament play. If the shot's falling, she can put up a big number. Perfectly fine getting there. Sloot has played well the past 2 games. You always worry about the blowout with her or her getting limited. She has seen 29 and 28 minutes the past 2 games. She's shot well. That is the key for her. If she puts up a decent night of real-life scoring, she can put up a good fantasy number. Perfectly fine with her. No lean either way. Kind of indifferent on her. Benaj Delaney is fine. She's playing big minutes. The scoring has really went down here lately. She's not shot the ball well. If she doesn't shoot the ball well, she's not going to post a very good score. She's a contrarian play at best. Sabali is perfectly fine for value if you think John Quell gets in foul trouble. That is where she's going to get extended and play more. 22.5 fantasy points in 19 minutes. That was a game that John Quell Jones could not stay out of foul trouble. If JJ stays out of foul trouble, she's going to play 11, 12, 13, somewhere right around those minute range, low teens. Not much upside at 5K, so you're really only playing her if you think John Quell gets in foul trouble. No real interest in anyone else. They're just not good DFS plays. I think there's much better plays, even around their prices. Atlanta at Washington, starting on the Atlanta side. Talked about Howard. She helped carry me to my Queen of the Court seat. She has massive upside. The 6 steals are not going to happen again, but 5 rebounds, 5 assists, getting the peripherals. She has big scoring upside in real life. Can always put up a 50-burger. The matchup is not the best. Washington's a good defense, but no Brittany Sykes, so that helps. Tina Charles, going to play around 30 minutes, assuming no foul trouble. Has some upside. She needs to grab some boards. The games that she grabs boards, she's going to score. This game against Phoenix, she got in foul trouble. She's going to score in double figures. If she grabs rebounds, she can put up a decent fantasy night. 9,000 is about the right price for her. Alicia Gray has been bad, good, bad. If you get a good game from her, 8,400 is too cheap. If you get a bad game from her, she's going to kill your lineup. Cheyenne Parker, massive foul trouble here this last game. Only played 19 minutes, put up 21 fantasy points. The price is pretty attractive for someone of Cheyenne Parker's ability. Don't mind her if you think she can stay out of foul trouble. She's only going to play mid-20s minutes no matter what, if she's in foul trouble or if she's not. Haley Jones just been abysmal abysmal. She's been terrible lately. I don't even know why she's getting 21 minutes a night. Powers has actually played really well. 17 and 20 minutes the past 2 nights. Will put up a bunch of shots. She looks to shoot when she's out there. Is grabbing the peripheral stats. I really don't mind her at 4,800. No interest really in Coffee. She's just a really low usage player. I mean, 6'3", 5 and 11. I do really like Hillman though. Another great value play. Her minutes are as secure as possible. She's going to play mid-teens minutes and has been pretty good in 3 of the 4 games. I mean, this game she only saw 13 minutes, put up 6 fantasy points, but 19, 16, 15. For 4,500, you could do a lot worse than her. No real interest in Dangerfield, Mihir, or Kubaj. On the Washington side, like I said, Sykes is out, already confirmed, without a timetable to return. So, I mean, she's probably going to be out for weeks. Atkins has really, really disappointed, in my opinion, with Brittany Sykes out. She shot 0 of 12 last game. 0 of 12. Like, wow. That is so bad. Only put up 11 fantasy points. The only positive is she's putting up decent amount of shots. She's not going to shoot 0 of 12 again. 8,300 is a pretty good price. The usage is going up with Sykes off the floor. Van Loo continues to be priced up. She's probably reached her peak for me. It's really hard for me to recommend paying 7,600 for her. She's okay. She's going to see high 20s minutes, assuming no blowout like this last game. Has about a 30-point ceiling, 20-point floor. Is a fine play. Austin is back. She will play. Still on a minutes limit. The price is solid at 6,700. If you want to play her, you can. You just have to know she's only going to play 20 minutes. You can't tilt. If she's smashing and they pull her, they are not trying to win this year. They are going to bring her along as slow as possible. Leah Edwards was not good against Seattle. 28 minutes, 13 fantasy points. Really can't recommend her at her price with Austin back. I assume she just doesn't start. Carly, she put up 16 real life points, so she had a decent fantasy game. If she does not put up double-digit real life points, she does not have a good fantasy game. If you want to play her, cool. If you don't, I don't blame you. Dolson, minutes have not been great. She played more here because Austin was out. She's not been good since like the first 2 games. 6,200 seems fine. I won't be playing her personally, but go right ahead. Same with me, Shines Allen. She had a good game, and then she was absolutely abysmal against Seattle. Fine if you want to throw a dart on her. Story Walker Kimbrough's fine. She shot 1 of 7, still put up 10 fantasy points in 16 minutes. If she shoots the ball well, she's going to get extended and has decent upside. She just has a really low floor if the shot's not falling, because typically she's not going to get you 8 peripheral stats. 1, 0, 0, 0, 8, 1. So take that as you will. I would rather play the Atlanta value over her, but that's just me. No real interest in anyone else down there. Moving on to the last game of the night, the best game of the night, the Aces at the Lynx. Starting on the Aces side, Asia Wilson, absolutely money to start the year. She's been over 13K the past 2 slates, down to 12-2. She's put up 62, 47, 47, and 56 on 35, 32, 32, and 31 minutes. She's averaging around 32, 33 minutes a game. If this game stays close, like I think it will, she could push for this 35 minutes and has this upside of 62 points, 62 fantasy points. She's averaging 1.6 fantasy point per minute. She's absolutely the best player in the WNBA, in my opinion, right now. The price is well worth it for her, as I expect this game to be back and forth. And she might push 36, 37 minutes. And, I mean, nobody has a bigger ceiling than her right now. She's just dominating on both ends of the floor. Jackie Young playing really well as well. The peripheral stats weren't there this last game, which really kept her score down. I mean, she had 30 fantasy points at halftime and then just fell off a cliff. Only saw 31 minutes. That's an outlier. Kelsey Plum only saw 32 minutes in the last game. She continues to be underwhelming shooting the ball. She doesn't offer as much peripheral upside as Jackie Young, but she comes at a 1K discount. She can still fill it up. I mean, she can put up a big score if the ball's going through the hoop for her. Perfectly fine with any of those three in tournaments. Asia's probably the absolute cash game lock. Alicia Clark, 7,100, is fine. I mean, this is her absolute ceiling game, 31 fantasy points. She's more of like this 20, 24. If she got you 24, you'd be really happy. She's going to play right around 30 minutes a night on average. Perfectly fine if you land on her. Kia Stokes is going to play decent minutes, mid-20s. This is her ceiling, 26. Her floor is 5. She's just not asked to do much on offense. When she does put up a decent scoring game, she has a really good fantasy night. She's more out there for rebounds or her defense. But they have been playing Kate Money Martin a lot the last 3 games. 26, 14, 22. She was really, really good in her first and third game. Second game, not so much. That's why she only saw 14 minutes. I love her at 4,600. She's really the only bench piece that they're playing consistent minutes. Gus, minutes have steadily went down on her, which is disappointing. When they signed her, I was really, really excited. I thought they'd start her. She fits their offense so well. I don't know. They're just not using her. I'm kind of disappointed in that. No interest in anyone else here. On the Minnesota side, Fee 11-6 has been great to start the season. 42, 61, 62, 45, 48. She's going to give you 40 no matter what. She only shot 11 times this last game. Still put up almost a 50 burger. 8 rebounds, 7 assists. She's going to fill up the stat sheet. She has stock upside. The only concern here is, do they put her on Asia? And if they do, that is a lot of foul concerns. I think they end up putting Alana Smith on Asia because she's the better defender, in my opinion. But we'll see. That is a slight concern. If they do put her on Asia, there is foul risk. Alana Smith, 9,300. Seems a bit pricey for me. She had a great game this last time out, but this is kind of what I expect from her, this 26. And I think for over 9K, she's just not worth that. And she has foul concerns. If they put her on Asia, she has major foul risk. She's a great tournament play because if for some reason they ride with Fee on Asia, Smith could smash. McBride, 38 fantasy points, 31 real life points. She had 2 peripheral stats. If the peripherals are not there, she is not worth this price point because 31 real life points, she's not going to shoot 10 of 12 and 6 of 7 from 3 again. She would have busted hard had she not shot the ball so well. She's a tournament play, a contrarian one at that. Courtney Williams, 8,500, I really like. This seems like the matchup where she can really get going. Against the Aces, they want to play as fast as possible. I really like her at 8,500. She has 40 fantasy point upside. All depends if the shot is falling. If the shot's falling and she's putting up double-digit scoring, she can put up a big fantasy game. Carrollton is fine. She saw 28 minutes with early foul concerns. Put up 17 fantasy points. If she hits her threes, she's going to grab some boards, dish out some dimes. She's fine at 6,100. Heidemann is seeing consistent run, 18, 19 minutes a night the past 4 games. She's been solid in 3 or 4 of them. Don't mind her for 5,300. Dorka, once again, 4,800. Don't know why she's this cheap. She should be closer to the 5,800 range from where she's playing 17 minutes a night, 14 and 13 fantasy points. She's fine. She's one of the better value plays. I am positive she's going to play 17 minutes, and she has the potential to play even more if we get Alana foul trouble or Fee foul trouble. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Like I said, the flag plant for me is Stewie. I think she's just too cheap. In a matchup, she should absolutely dominate. I'm really excited to see what she comes in at ownership-wise, because I don't think the matchup can get much better for her. But that's going to do it for me. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you for the next one.